Who are we?
UE.
Who are we?
UE.
UE. We win our fights. Please allow me to introduce myself again. I'm Charles Owens, the Vice President of the Cherry O'Berry chapter and the selected rep for the DHHS section of our great UE local. During the start of my tenure as VP, I used to hear from members how all the union does is take members' money and get nothing done. I can honestly say, standing here in front of you today, that over the last 2 years, that sentiment has changed drastically. But let me get to it. After a relentless and lengthy fight over wages, one of our first victories came in the form of wage increases for nurses in November 2024. Then a subsequent raise for the healthcare tax in March of 2025. The healthcare insurance switch in 2025 hit every facility as well as every state worker hard, and I mean hard, causing staff losses that were unimaginable. So without hesitation or getting sidetracked, a rigorous fight for safe staffing began, along with the wage and health insurance fight. A fierce letter-writing campaign that was already ongoing, led by Dr. Rakesh Patel, Mr. William Young, Sister Patrice Jacob, and Sister Peggy Price, explaining the issues and requesting meetings, was already underway, in which the executives of DHHS simply ignored for months. Now, all the while, while we're writing these letters trying to get meetings with these people to explain our plight and find out what they're planning on doing about it, our sister Sakia, was out there beating on Secretary Treasurer Briner's head about getting us divested. And lo and behold, it happened. Now, after this, come to find out, we get an independent auditor. And somehow he miraculously finds over $386 million of vacant salary funds sitting in the DHH coffers, just untapped, untouched, just sitting there. And you know, after a while, that money either goes back to the state or lines somebody's pocket. Okay. Now, you add to that finding a loudmouth individual with a knack for stirring up crowds, various members of UE 150, a reporter with a news camera standing out in front of this big, glorious glass building that is DHHS new headquarters. And you have the makings of a moment that the establishment cannot ignore anymore. So with that public embarrassment, we got what we asked for, a sit down, because we knew as far as wages go, DHHS can't change our salaries unless they get funding from the legislature. So now we're past the legislative point. We're at a point where we can't change the legislative mind. They're going to do what they're going to do. But we got that face-to-face meeting, and what we got out of it was an opportunity to discuss and inform about the staff safety issues. What we also got was a say in what happened to that $368 million surplus. That, in turn, turned out to become those $3,500 bonuses that Health and Human Services got. So as we all say, when we fight, we what? We win. When we fight, we what? We win. Right. The last thing we got that we're still working on with them was an agreement to conduct future meetings and review worker issues. I say we're still working on that because they've ignored some letters, but that's all right. We will be right back out in front of that glass building with our press cameras hollering at the state. Our next victory came in the aftermath of this ludicrous budget that the legislature passed, delivering a paltry 3% raise to state workers, all the while, the Healthcare Planning Board was voting to increase our healthcare costs. With safety comparisons by us in DHHS to those, I'm trying not to be specific, but if anybody's listened to me for a hot minute, you know who I'm talking about. Safety comparisons of DHS workers compared to other departments within the state, we were able to gain an increased 2.5% for direct care workers, meaning instead of 3%, they're getting 5.5 because they got to deal with them patients. I'm taking this as a victory because our final victory for this season, for this 2 years, came when the Healthcare Planning Board finally voted to get rid of the Aetna insurance plan that they had us stuck in, where we were paying the ridiculous co-pays, premiums, and deductibles. Now, with all due respect, that money ain't coming back and the money ain't going down. But Aetna's gone with all their decreased coverage. And we're going right back to where we started, where we need to be with Blue Cross Blue Shield. Now, these are just some of the major victories over the last 2 years. And I thank you for allowing me to bend your ear for a few minutes. As always, who are we? You. When we fight, we win. Thank you very much.